Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Well, as you can probably ascertain from my surroundings here, it's safe to assume that I am back in the Philippines and ready to get back on construction and build here at Villa Feliz. And that is what I am about to do. But before I do get started with all of these projects, I have to do some cleaning up around the house. You remember, I've been gone for 4 months. We're going to take it a little bit easier than we did the first year that I was here building Villa Feliz. And I've got to tell you, it feels great to be back in the Philippines. I had a little bit of jet lag yesterday, but yesterday was spent all day long cleaning up on the inside of the house. You remember when I left here at Villa Feliz, we were still under full construction. It was the very last day of construction before the construction crew left, and the house was a shambles. There were construction material everywhere inside the house. So what I did yesterday was a cleanup day, at least for the first floor. So the first floor, I did all the cleaning of the floors and the windowsills and the debris, moved all the stuff from the sunroom. There was 2 big tables inside there, and I removed all the construction material, the tools and everything down to the basement, so I have an open space and I can focus on what needs to be done. Anyway, I need to get a hold of my contractor, let him know I'm back in town so that we can go ahead and do some construction, get things done. We are around 95% done. So anyway, let's go ahead and get today started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Some things never change. Well, anyway, you can see everything got cleaned up around the house here. The sunroom is all clean. Remember, this was all construction gear. I had 2 tables, and they were covered with tools and construction material. All that stuff is down in the basement in the workshop. This room was semi-cleaned up, and I did all the cleaning of the floor, wiping down of all the furniture. Cleaned up. You see the vacuum cleaner still over there. And the thing is, this is the morning, and what I was expecting was, it's the morning, it's time to get some breakfast, but I forgot. I went over to the refrigerator, and I opened the refrigerator, and I'm like, oh no, all I have is a bottle of Mountain Dew inside there. So I went through the pantry over here, and I looked inside the pantry, and I did find a can of peaches. I have a can of peaches. And if I have a can opener, I scored breakfast this morning. Also, I found like a granola kind of trail mix bar. So I will have some granola. I will have some peaches. I've got my coffee. I will sustain my breakfast this morning. So I will have to go into town after our gardener, our caretaker, takes off, and I will go to the grocery store. I got to pick up some groceries. I have to do some errands. I have to go to the bank. I have to go to the car insurance place because I have to update my car insurance for the truck. And that is if I can get the truck out. Remember, the last thing we did was we drove the truck into the basement. We have not driven the truck out of the basement yet, so that might pose a little bit of a challenge. But I will let you know how that goes. I don't think we'll have any problem. So anyway, I am going to get today started, and I'm going to get something to eat. Finish up with our gardener. I've already fed the dogs this morning. Took the dogs on a bright, brisk walk about 5:30 a.m. It was so nice here. But I think we might get some rain today, which we've had nothing but rain. And we will also do a wrap-up. We'll do a wrap-up of the status of Villa Feliz here, a status as far as what needs to be accomplished on construction with all the rain. Do you know this is rainy season? And I will show you some of the things that happened during rainy season. Nothing traumatic, but we did have a couple of water issues. Again, nothing traumatic, and it was my fault when I left. I didn't leave things prepared, but I didn't know. So we'll take a look at some of those things also. So I am going to grab some breakfast and go do those chores, and also we will come back and we will talk about what needs to be done here at Villa Feliz. right, so before I do some errands downtown, let me show you some of the things that I observed when I got back. Some need my immediate attention. Some things will take a little while because I have to order some stuff. So let's start on the second floor. I want to show you what I was talking about earlier about a little bit of water issues that we had. Let's go take a look up there. Well, up here on the lanai on the second floor, you remember when we designed this so that the water doesn't go over the edge where we have the pebble rock on there and go over and do a staining down the side. So it would capture this sort of like a little bit like a bathtub, and then the water would go into the drain pipes. Unfortunately, this being a new house, and also with some of the debris coming in off the roof and the dirt and dust and stuff, what ended up happening, all three of the drain pipes, 1, 2, 3 over there, they got clogged up. These little things that go inside the ground, and it's supposed to, when water goes in there, it's supposed to open up this little valve here. What happened was all of these got clogged up, and hence you see that I have them removed right now, because all this was all wet. It was acting like a bathtub. And what ended up happening, because the ledge is so high, some of the water over here went in up underneath the French doors, and they went inside, and it probably didn't go above the ledge right here. It's possible it did, but we had a lot of rain, and we had a lot of wind, and I believe what happened was the wind pushed some of the, because all the wind was coming from the west. I believe I told you about that before, maybe not, but it was coming from the west. You could see it in the CCTV cameras, and it pushed it up underneath the bottom of the French doors, and we got some staining. Let me show you some of the staining in here. So you can see the grout in here. The grout got stained from the water going inside here. You can see all inside here. This is supposed to be a light color. It's supposed to look just like this right here. And it went all the way back into this direction back here. Not a lot of staining and damage inside there. Toothbrush, a little bit of maybe some bleach inside there, and some cleanup will take care of all of that. But something surely, had I been here, I would have seen. We didn't have anybody inside the house. We just had a caretaker for outside, for the dogs and for the yard and stuff like that. Speaking of that, we're going to go downstairs. We're going to look outside. We're going to look at the yard a little bit. But before we go out in the yard, let's go down to the generator room real quick. I ordered an expander, but I used the information from the vendor. I didn't have the exact size of the pipe, and the vendor gave me the wrong information. I checked with about 3 vendors over in China. China is where the generator was manufactured, and they all gave me the same information, and all of them gave me the wrong information. But we'll go down and we'll take a look at that. So we are down here in the generator room. In the generator room, I ordered, based on the information I got from the vendor, I wanted to get a 1.5-inch expander. They sent this to me. I hand carried this with me on the plane, and I brought it here to the Philippines. Now, the problem is, this is supposed to fit that pipe right there, but it does not. So what the vendor gave me was a smaller size. This part is supposed to fit around this pipe right here. But as you can see, it is even smaller than this pipe right here. And we don't want to put it inside. We want to put it on the outside. And we want to put one of these pipe clamps around the edge and compress it around this expansion slot right here. So it is not going to fit. Now the other side that goes with the flex pipe that I sent in a Balak buying box is the exact same size. So what I needed was, which this is 1.5 inch for the outside diameter. So what I need, 1.5 inch inside diameter for this right here to fit over the outside diameter here. Compress it around here to a 1.5 inch outside diameter here, which would end up going to my flexible pipe, which will go out the wall here and exhaust into the outside environment. I will continue to look locally to see if I can source that expander reducer. I don't know if I can get that around here. I probably can, but maybe not to the quality of what I ordered. I ordered this from a company in the United Kingdom, and I sent them an email this morning, and I asked them, is it possible that you can ship to the Philippines? Because it actually got to my house in the USA in about 1 week. So if I can have them send it over here, maybe through LBC, maybe we can get that and we can go ahead. I can't do anything yet because my flex pipe that I have for it, the 1.5 inch flex pipe, is in a ballot buying box. It probably won't be here for another, I'm gonna say 7 weeks, maybe 8 weeks, because I think it's just now getting up to the shipment point, the warehouse in Virginia. Before we go outside, let's go ahead and look inside the basement. I will tell you what I was talking about water damage, which it really isn't any water damage, but I will show you what happened. I observed, I could see it on the CCTVs while we were in the US. Well, let me show you down here in the basement. And actually, one of the things I'm going to do today, I'm going to try to get the grate material that goes over some of the trenching. If I can get the truck out of the driveway area. I got the dog houses outside, and I might have to move the dog house out of the way. I don't know if I'll be able to maneuver this out with the dog houses sitting right on the side of the driveway outside. So what happened over the past 4 months during rainy season, with the winds blowing like crazy from the west, I had a little bit of water seepage that got in underneath the garage door. Let me show you over here. So from this area right over here, when the wind was blowing, instead of the water going down inside the trench here where it's supposed to go, which most of it did go inside there, we have this little area that is missing trench. It didn't expand. A better design would have been to brought it way over to this area right here. And it's not a big deal, as I can divert it from the outside. I'll put a little piece of something inside there at an angle that will make sure all the water from now on when it blows goes right inside here. But the water trickled from here. You can see a little bit of the stain right here, and it went straight down, and it went to the sump that is underneath the truck right there. So the sump did exactly what it was supposed to do. It actually saved the basement from getting any flooding. Now, on this side of the house over here, the drainage worked perfect. The drain on this side right here and drain prevented this whole area from here from flooding and the water from coming into the basement here. Did really good. Now, we do have a problem. We do have a problem with insects. My builder was supposed to poison the property. He has not poisoned the property, and we have these ants inside here. So one of the things I have to do is I have to get some insecticide, and I have to do some poisoning of the yard, and I have to do some spraying on the inside. Remember, this is the basement. It's not a big deal, but we don't want the insects penetrating and going into the main house up there, which thankfully right now it's nice and clean up there. Let's go take a look at the yard. So anyway, out here in the yard, the grass grew like crazy, and none of it got cut. I didn't leave my my gardener with a lawnmower, because the lawnmower is being shipped right now via the ballot buying box. It's hush, hush. Oh, by the way, we still have 2 pups. If anybody needs some pups, one looks and has the shape of Hapon, and the other one has the shape of Marianne. We have like a Bazinji and a whatever Hapon is, a little bit of Dalmatian, a little bit of everything. Ascow kind of dogs around here. So anyway, let's get back to the yard. So the grass, as you can see, look how thick the grass is here. It's coming in like crazy. But it also needs to be manicured. It needs some work done. Now, I thought my gardener was going to be taking care of all of the grass and the clipping of everything like that. He did a great job of taking care of the animals. The animals are nice and healthy here, but we still have to have attention done to both Nessa's Zen garden over here. Some of the grass is starting to impede into the stonework right here. But we're going to pull that grass out, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that grass, because we've already started. I spoke with my gardener yesterday. He came in this morning, and he'll come in this afternoon. He will also be working on this task that I presented to him. But also the shrubs here. Remember the shrubs, they look zen-y, Zen garden-y. They had like bonsai clipping and manicured. All that's gone. They grew like crazy back here. Let's go in the backyard real quick. So here in the backyard, one of the things for the, we got a problem with some ants back here. I thought it was the dogs digging when I saw it from the CCTV. You see this dark spot right here. This is actually an ant bed, so I need something to rid the ants. So we need to do a general poisoning of the area so it gets rid of some of the ants, which is the reason some of the ants are going inside the house. But I want you to look at some of the plants, some of the vegetation that just kind of took off over the 4 months I was gone. And here, what we have is lemon. Look at the lemon on the lemon tree right here. Even as small as this lemon tree is, we have one lemon right here. I think the dogs started biting the pups. The pups have been terrible on some of the plants around here, especially some of the plants over here. They've been chewing off a lot of the leaves on there. But we have some blossoms here. We have, this is actually still very, very hard, so it's not ready to be picked. The banana trees and the papaya, I want you to see that the papaya is growing like crazy here. It's growing mad. And we have plenty of papaya, so we are still getting lots of papaya. I can pull these for breakfast in the morning. But I want you to see the rapid growth of the bananas. Actually, this is growing so big, it's impeding on the bahikubo over here. It's leaning on here. But this is huge. Look at the, I want for perspective. Let me show you the size. The size of this trunk of this banana. So anyway, they're growing. I haven't really had a chance to look to see if we're getting any bananas yet, but I'm sure at some point in time we will. Mango, we got to move this guy. Remember, he's still in a pot that's down inside the ground. The mango over here, same. He's in a pot, but he is doing great. Look at the thickness of this guy right here. But what I want to show you also is the mango that's actually going to stay in its spot. This mango is doing great over here. You see the mango right here. He's doing fine. So what I asked, and we have the lemon tree over there, and we have all kinds of stuff over there, but everything seems to be doing well, surviving well. Let me show you on the front yard. I want to show you what I've asked my gardener to do. And you can see around here, I've asked them to pull some of the grass where we're going to put mulch inside here, which will provide nutrient to all the plants. I asked them to take about 1 meter all the way around of the sod of the grass, the bluegrass, and we're going to start using that as a fill-in for the grass blocks inside the driveway. So you can see he already started. He pulled some of that sod and he's starting to do the fill in here with the bluegrass. And it will end up looking like that bluegrass over there. It will start filling in. We want to make it run right around the edge right here. So this will all look just like grass, but it'll be very hard and sustainable and won't be muddy or anything when it rains around here. Anyway, I'm going to close for today. This is going to be a very short video for today because I have so much on my plate. You've been downtown with me. You've been to some of the stores. Later on, we will continue the trips to the stores when I'm purchasing certain things. But today, I just have so much. We're going to leave the camera behind and we will edit this video tonight and we'll get this out. I just wanted you to know that I am back in the Philippines. I am ready to get started, and there's some cracks in places and things like that, but nothing we have no major problem with me being gone for the time that I was gone. Like I said, I'm waiting for my contract to get back with me, and so that we can continue starting the construction here and finish this project up and start getting it ready for livability. So that being said, I am going to close for today. Again, I am so happy to be back in the Philippines. I haven't had an opportunity. I just got in. I flew in yesterday. I haven't had a chance to go downtown into the barangay and meet all my friends down there, but I will do that very soon. And like I said, I have to go downtown. I have to get the car insurance on my vehicle, truck insurance. I have to go to the bank. I have to do all these kind of things. I need some building supplies for around the house here. And that's what I'm going to do today. I have to get started. Baby steps. Don't need to do everything today. So I have the luxury of relaxing and being able to do it at my pace at this point now. So let's go ahead and get that started. I will try to keep you updated when I am doing things as we're going through. Also, I have to start working on the finish working on the fence post over here, but that's not a priority either. I will sit down and I will prioritize. I will do like a triage of what needs to be done, the most important stuff first, and that will get started very soon. And that will get started today. So let me go ahead and get downtown. But before I go downtown, there is one thing I want to discuss. I have been getting lots of email about people asking a lot of the same questions again. And instead of answering them all in the comment section, which a lot of you don't read the comment section, because a lot of you are looking at the videos via mobile devices like your smartphone or your smart pads and things like that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try to answer some of the questions in the upcoming episodes. So for those of you who have not received an answer on your questions, and a lot of them have to do with if I am a foreigner and I'm married to a Filipina and we're going to buy a piece of property and build and all this kind of things, how do I do the titling? How do I go about searching for making sure that we actually get a piece of property that is legal and things like that? We will discuss those matters, and we will do that online here instead of inside the comment section. So if I have not answered yours, rest assured I have not forgotten about you. I want to be able to express this with everybody on the channel here. So we will answer many of those questions at that point, but not today. So thank you for your patience. And also, thank you for all of you who hung around during that 4-month vacation back in the US and stuck with me on the channel. We had many of you who were sincerely interested in some of the projects that I had in the US and some of the places that we went for to show you what it's like in Charleston, South Carolina. But now we are back in the Philippines, or at least I am back in the Philippines, and Ness will be joining me at a later date. But while I'm here back in the Philippines, in between doing the construction here, if there's interesting sites and places that I visit, I will take you along with me, and I will share those experiences with you as well. Downtown. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed and you will be notified the next time I upload a new video. So until then, you have a wonderful and blessed day.